Good evening to all and thanks. It seems things are going worse and worse. Last week I made pre-intervention, 2 of them shortly in emergency because of betrayal and state attempts. And look, again and again, it looks like a nightmare because a lot of countries were full and enslaved by the occult gang through deception, deepfakes and manipulation. In many cases, people escaped themselves, control from the occult gang and elected willingly, fooled or not. The same occult pawns and their friends, the same political class serving the occult group and passing the baton to one another to be kept as rulers and of enslaved countries forever. But in the case of Japan, for it is wanted not only to be enslaved and plundered, it is wanted to be annexed and totally destroyed, disappeared from the map, after throwing it in war and making it again a point of start, cannon fodder for the global nuclear war. And they want to destroy Japan from within through the huge multiplied betrayal. So it looks like my struggle for fulfilling the last wish of Empress Michiko concerning the defense of Japan, it seems like it is in vain. If the public information about Japan is that after all what happened, especially since Empress Michiko was killed by Naruhito on a background of huge betrayal of official accomplice who wounded before her with swords in diet and cabinet for defending your rights. So, if the public information after all that is that Japan is will be ruled by Naruhito and Masako, it looks like that my work is in vain, and if Empress Michiko were not sunk and her few relics profanated, for sure would want to be an earthquake at her grave, to see from heaven such misery and betrayal and deception traitorous. And it would seem that I have no deal neither with Japan, who want to live in lie, in traitorous deception, until soon will disappear, and nor with the last wish of Empress Michiko, who blessed me with Emperor Akihito. I don't know for what, if it is spread about Naruhito and Masako. I don't know for what. It seems that Empress Michiko, Emperor Akihito, and me too were fool and insane. To remember that since Empress Michiko was alive, Masako, called by her textual quote hyena, who never had her blessing, was condemned to death for huge betrayal, and Empress Michiko wanting to execute personally the death punishment for her for the huge betrayal done by Masako in Russia's benefit, killed in 2 times 2 women, doubles of her impersonator, doubles of so-called by her hyena, brought by traitors to create confusion, to consider it's her, and pretending all to be condemned, the condemned one, 2 doubles, woman, being in secret deal with traitors, then to be killed for giving money to their families, and finally the death sentence for betrayal to Masako was executed directly, checked well by Samurai General Hojo, the one who rested Fuji, who was killed exactly by Naruhito and his liver stolen and given to a Chinese mob for selling it. The general samurai Hojo was my godson, Mena Nicholas, who wrote before to die at Fuji with his own blood, defend Japan, don't believe in theater, look to theater. There, that was his last word about Japan looking like the ones of Empress Michiko, who asked to be defended Japan, and registering with the last words of Empress Michiko were brought exactly by him to be. So he knew, and in his last words practically wanted the same for Japan as her. And now the public information spread is there were no elections, until now no elections, and Japan will be led by Naruhito, by Masako, and the Emperors Akihito and Michiko and Michu, blessed by her, who withdraw on my own, will be all, and Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko and me, all will be crazy, isn't? And more than that I am not strategy counselor of Japan, but crazy as Empress Michiko and Emperor Akihito too, because I never accepted to work for a traitor. And although even traitors too, accepting the traitor Hitaki, who tried to force me to not resign as long he was at command, while Naruhito staged his death through doubt by Ryankil, who did the same thing in 2016. Neither the traitors don't cooperate with me because I cannot betray. I wonder what you should do in my place to see such a huge misery, deception, and betrayal affecting not only the country and the people, not only me, but also mocking Empress Michiko, Emperor Akihito, and their memory. Because I struggle to show you the truth, I work weekly for that, and I tell that knowing all those miseries done by them, even if robots, impersonators, clones looking like them, or humanoid robots, and any appearance in body or looking like the two traitors and commanded by devilish vassals, will try to show public it will be necessary that any Japanese in good faith, knowing their monstrous deeds and their huge betrayal, including what said the condemnation was like that, but especially for their deed, would kill them only seeing them on the street, not invite them of a throne, try to be occupied for destroying Japan through that such insemination of the devilish vassals. Disgusting is that Aiko herself, who called me mommy and was also my goddaughter, Rafaela, was pleased about what Empress Michiko decided to do personally with the condemned hyena then, and also explained me how miseries hyena did to her and how Naruhito tried not only raped her with her consent, but also tried with other occasions to kill her before to be penally killed by him. And I gave all those proofs not only to the throne, but they took us as fools. So, if Japan was not killed too, and at the same time with Empress Michiko, and if you still want to save the country, preserve your noble work and your right gain it back. Ask God for light and go to vote again. But I recommend you for the future to organize yourself if you really want the country safe, and to have too an evidence with checked good faith Japanese who, if necessary, to replace dismissed traitors, because the occult gang has a huge arsenal of traitors claiming they are enemies and thrown in face at any election through which they fool you. So it would be good to recommend too to have prepared anytime checked patriots if will be necessary to be replace dismissed traitors. I warn again and again that Japan has no deal neither with G7, that huge deception, nor with the huge deception made Tuesdays in Dubai, exactly past week, and exactly they made in two situations only that week statements in the name of Japan as such deceptions. All is null, but disgusting is the betrayal. Exactly at the previous conference, I warned insistently that no one from Japan is able or authorized to go there to speak in the name of Japan at that huge deception so-called summit concerning global warming and climate change created by the occult gang that mass meets for plundering public wealth, occult business of the occult group and war provokes on trade territory. The occult have many properties in Dubai, and being able to deal discreetly any deception there, any dirty plane, any deep fake, any war provoke. And that's how I warned many days before, including the official, there were made public statements in Dubai, and also concerning the other huge deception, G7, Japan having not at all deal with it. So those huge deceptions were made in the name of Japan and against Japan. Even more, a huge deepfake and provoke and trap made at such summit of climate organized in Dubai by the occult concerning Japan was concerning the nuclear energy, and that after a provoke and big stage against Japan, a trap, Toraporasu, and that after all they did calculated against Japan at Fukushima, and after all they used what they did for provokes, other provokes, and for undermining with what they have themselves did, Japan. There. Although I warned many days before, including the official, not to do and to stop. And in the same week, again were made statements in the name of Japan as being member of the other huge deception and theft of public wealth and source of war provokes called G7, Alliance Against Nature with Robots and Clones commanded by divine vassals of the occult, through which few months before they tried to use fake, forcibly stupid, including my late husband, to destroy Japan by throwing it in war through such fake aliens under official appearance, but he having no quality, not at all. I warned again and again that G7 is a huge fake as G22, an alliance against mature, a huge deception, and Japan has no deal with that. So I wish to all wisdom, light, and peace. The conference will be as usual if you decide to want to fight, preserving what you gain through your noble work. I still help you. But if you want, neither God doesn't help who don't want to be helped. He gave us freedom. And if so, as usual, if you want, I recommend you to go all to vote, and after that intervention minute, 10 minutes after to pray, each of us where we are, for Japan, for truth, for peace, for stopping the lie, and against the betrayal to stop it. To all, in the name of Japan, Heiwa, peace, and I think.
Boop.